Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. My name is Anshav Jain, and I'm founder and managing director of Bringle Excellence, UK and India. Today, we are going to talk about on a very important topic. What is the toolkit to design your own unicorn, even when it is at an idea stage? You might be running a business already. You might be just thinking about various ideas at this point in time. या कुछ आपने आइडिया ऑलरेडी सोच लिया होगा but you're not sure how to take it and convert that into a business model and eventually run a successful business. Today we are going to learn few aspects of it. तो धीरे धीरे एक दूसरे के बारे में जानेंगे. We will not go too fast into this. We will do some of the exercises so that you guys can understand what it is all about. And there will be some warm up initially. We will not jump into the hard facts completely into it. We will do some small warm up exercises on that. But what you will learn into this workshop today is importance of business model canvas, four pillars of business model, nine blocks of business model canvas, and the complete business model canvas template. We will see how companies like Uber has created their business models. Companies like Bringer, what we have done it as a business model, and then we will actually do a 10 minutes live exercise with all of you for your ideas. So keep up your ideas ready. I will help you out any which ways to filter out certain ideas which you can quickly pick up for the business model canvas. We'll do exercises on that as well. So don't worry, you don't have to worry anything around this. I will be there with you for the next 1 hour to support you completely on business model canvas workshop out here. Okay, so design your unicorn. This is the one of the brand which I run, and this is a workshop with which we have supported more than 15,000 entrepreneurs till now. We have got more 5,000 plus entrepreneurs in our close community, and more than 500 plus entrepreneurs which we have kind of supported personally. I've supported personally over a period of last 2.5 years now, and three or four of our startups have gone into different segments. Like one of the startup which has become the top 20 startups among the 11,000 startups in IIM Bangalore, and they've got various incubation opportunities and investment opportunities at this point in time. They have done major tie-ups in with large organizations, and now they are growing very big and global. The another organization, which is a health-based platform called AbleCard, which is now getting into Shark Tank season 2, and they have been getting investments, and now they are developing a complete blockchain-based ecosystem around for the health management ecosystem. The another platform which we are supporting at this point in time is a completely blockchain-based platform, which is creating a digital identity for universities, for health management, or for any other institution for that. So there will be no physical, aspects even with respect to your, security devices or anything, and it will become a very secure network for many organizations. Uh, with this, I just want to know: are you ready for this workshop? Type yes in the chat window if you are ready for this workshop now. Are you there with me for the next 1 hour? Okay, thank you so much. Now, what is design your unicorn? So design your unicorn has to be there, will happen only in basis of three stages. The first stage is called sustain. You have to be self-sustainable in your business. If you are not able to sustain your businesses, either from the revenues or from the investment, you will not have enough cash flow. And if you don't have enough cash flow, you will not be able to grow. So first aspect in your business is that you have to create a sustainable business model and make sure that you are continue to run. Then the second stage comes in called adapt. You have to adapt to the business requirement, the competition around it, the changes which is happening, the policy frameworks which may require for you to do some changes in your business. So your business has to be adaptable enough to to modify their business scenarios as per the customer requirement. And once you find your core strengths, which we call it as blue ocean strategy, and we'll talk about what is blue ocean and red ocean as well, you need to scale that up. May not be just regionally, may not be just nationally, but globally. How you can expand your business in such a manner that even if with X amount of rupees, which you were getting, let's say 2x of revenues, you can actually get 20x or 200x revenues as well, and much more profits around it. That's called scalability. Remember, every idea can shape up into a startup. Every idea can shape up into a startup. No idea is bad. Every idea is great because whatever the idea comes into your mind, it's coming in from a real requirement. Unfortunately, not every startup becomes a unicorn. And that's where the problem is because you are not able to scale that business. You continue struggling that business into that business day in and day out. And that's what happens with more than 95% of our businesses. I just want to share one story with you. I don't know how many of you have read this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. If you have read it, please type yes in the chat window. If you have not read it, please type no in the chat window. And if you are hearing it the first time, please mention that as well into the chat window. First time. So I will just stop presenting. I need to see the chat. And the chat says yes. Okay, so Neeraj has heard. Neeraj has heard about it. Rohit has heard. Ganesh, Ankit, Shishir is saying first time. Okay, great. No problem at all. And so this book is talks about a concept called ESBI framework. You may write it out in your diaries, in your paper somewhere. The full form of E is called employee. The full form of B is called business, or sorry, if for business owner, and the full form of S is self-employed, and the full form of I is investor. So ESBI, that is the full form of the framework given by Robert T. Kiyosaki. What Robert says is that 95 more than 95% of the wealth is being owned by the 5% of the people who are on the right side of the quadrant, which is leading with business owners and investors. However, a lot of professionals and self-employed people like your doctors, lawyers, they think that they are doing business, but they're actually not doing business. They're doing self-employment. And there's nothing wrong in that. But when you want to do a business, you want to take a transition from self-employment to a business ownership, you need something called business model canvas. And that is why it is important to know how you are going to make sure that your business model comes into the picture. Now, what is the difference between self-employed and business model? Can anybody unmute and tell me if they know, or can they attempt? What is the difference between a self-employed professional and a business owner? Okay, so I'll tell you the difference. So the difference between these two people is, I'll give you first of all a Gyan word. In the case of self-employed, you are working for money. In the case of business ownership, the money is working for you. Now, how does it mean? What does it mean? It means that when you are running your own business and you have to go every day in your business to run that business, and if you pull yourself out from that business for the next 10 days, 20 days, maybe 1 year, 6 months, will your business run? If the answer is yes, that your business will continue to run even when you are not there physically, then you are doing a business. But if you are supposed to be there in that business, you are running a clinic and you are the only doctor there, and you cannot come out of that. You might be running lakhs of rupees every day. You might have thousands of customers every day coming to you. But once you been taken out from that system, the business will collapse. And that's the big difference between self-employed or self-employed professionals to versus business owners. And that is what we will learn. How will you make sure that you convert your or transform your self-employment business, employed business into a business ownership? From our perspective, we are looking at Vision 2020-2030 to bring 100 unicorns from our country. And that's what the mission which we are looking at from our side of it. We'll talk more about it. We are going to talk about business model canvas today. Now, let me ask you a few questions. And from here, it's all exercises which are going to be there. And I would want you to type it into the chat window or maybe write it out in your books. Better you type it into the chat window out here. Pick your heart. How many of you feel that starting a startup is very, very hard? How many of you feel that? How many of you feel that? Starting a startup or a business, it could be anything. Why I'm calling it as a startup? Because if you don't have anything right now, it is just a startup right now. But there are lot many businesses who are also running at a startup phase if they're running at a self-employed employment model. How many of you feel that starting a startup is very, very hard? Type it into the chat window. Okay. Remember, Grant Cardone says, leaving your comfort zone is hard, staying broke is hard. Both of them are hard. Pick your hard. He's a $3 billion man who has built his empire from a real estate business. See, remember, everything is hard in this life. When we started our journey in this world, when we were born, wasn't it hard? क्या वो दिक्कत नहीं थी हमें जब हम इस नए एटमॉस्फेयर में आए? We realized that we had to adjust to the new atmosphere, new environment. We struggled to have even milk. We didn't know how to consume milk. We didn't know how to have food. We took 6 or 9 months to actually have solid food because we didn't have teeth. जिंदगी कभी भी आसान नहीं होती, ना कभी जन्म लेते हुए थी, ना हमारे मरने तक रहेगी. डिसाइड हमें करना है कि हम वो कंफर्ट जोन में रहते रहे या उससे बाहर निकल के कुछ बड़ा करें. और बिजनेस ओनर्स बनने के लिए ना ये सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन है. बिकॉज इट विल नॉट बी इजी. बिलीव मी, इट विल नॉट बी इजी. इट लुक्स फैंसी कि भाई फ्लिपकार्ट ने $2 बिलियन में अपनी कंपनी बेच दी. आज बाइजू $22 बिलियन की कंपनी है. वेदांतु आज यूनिकॉर्न बन चुका है. There are more than 100 unicorns in the country today. It is very easy to look and get fancied around it. But believe me, आज अगर आप अपने बिजनेस के बारे में सोच रहे हो, आपको बहुत मुश्किलें आने वाली हैं. मैंने खुद अपनी जिंदगी में 21 ideas I have tried in last 21 plus years and lost 7 plus businesses in last 7 plus years, along with almost $500,000 of debt with me. It's not easy. Before I transformed a loss-making business into a self-sustainable $100 million global startup today, which is Bringle. And now we are developing the world's largest metaverse university around there called BRINGLEverse. But that's a separate part. The point what I'm saying is there are so many challenges you will have to face. So you have to come out of your comfort zone. The people who are there in the session today, I must want to applaud them. Give a big round of applause to all of you because you guys have come out of that comfort zone in the morning and attending this webinar. It's not easy. It's not easy to think about that you want to do a business. It's not easy to generate ideas in your mind that you can do business around here. All of you are legends, are future entrepreneurs or probably existing entrepreneurs. So give a big round of applause to each of you. So this webinar or session workshop is not about me. It's about you guys. We do a simple exercise out here and I'll help you out. Now you might be wondering why I am saying this, that you are already a leader and what is this, Sone ki chidiya, which what I'm talking about. Now Sone ki chidiya is nothing but, I don't know how many of you are aware that India was called as Golden Bird. How many of you are aware that India was called as Sone ki chidiya at some point in time? So type yes in the chat window. Whoever is aware, type Sone ki chidiya. Whoever is aware. Now, I just want to tell you one story, a simple story around that. 1192, we had the last Hindu Samrat in our country. When I say Hindu Samrat, because of the Hindustan, we were called as Hindustan. Okay, and we were had the last Hindu Samrat called Prithviraj Chauhan. And he was just 25-year-old young, leader out there for us. When he literally got killed in a war, saving Hindustan, and that's where we got the invasion in our country. Muhammad Ghori from Afghanistan came. He was literally sent back by Prithviraj Chauhan the first time, but the next time he came with some plan by actually conspiring against him and then finally able to capture him as well. और उस दिन के बाद से हमको 755 years लगे to regain our independence. But ऐसा क्या हुआ suddenly कि you don't find कोई और लीडर नहीं था क्या उस टाइम? बहुत सारे लोग थे, बहुत सारे राजा थे, but शायद they were not the leaders. They were not having that much courage, conviction, perseverance to build that up. It took 755 years for us to regain that independence. We lost all our wealth, glory, not many people. और आज 75 साल के बाद 75 years of independence we have seen and we are celebrating आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव. आज भी हमारे पास लीडर्स की कमी है इंडस्ट्री में, चाहे आप पॉलिटिकल लीडर देखो, चाहे आप बिजनेस लीडर्स देखो. You are seeing names of Ambani's, Tata's, Birla's, but their third generations are coming in. They're all young generation. And there are some businesses like Tata's who are still figuring it out who will be the next person leading the Tata's empire. They might have already got the answer, but it's really not available right now in front of us. And the good fortunate part is that our India is having a median or 54% of our population is under 30 years of age, which means हमारा 26 crore 26 crore youth or 50 crore, which is 50 crore children, are going to be the future of our country. And we need to bring so many entrepreneurs out there so that they can create jobs for the country. Jobs नहीं है industry में आज की डेट में. There are no jobs available. Only less than 1% of new jobs are getting added versus the new graduates who are coming into the system. तो आप सबके ऊपर एक ये दारोमदार है कि आप एक सस्टेनेबल बिजनेस खड़ा करें सो दैट आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट कर सकें. And that is what the whole initiative of Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao, which we are working with Oriental University also, and they have supported us in our Mission Zero Unemployment, where on one side we are focusing on making the sustainable businesses so that they can generate more employment, and on the other side we are improving on working on enhancing employability skills and developing entrepreneurial mindset among all the youth of our country. So that is what is going to be very, very important. So let's do a simple exercise, okay, before we go. Everybody close your eyes, and I'll keep repeating that whatever is there. Everybody close your eyes. Think of a situation in your life जो आपकी जिंदगी का सबसे toughest time था, सबसे बुरा समय था. शायद वो पिछले महीने हो सकता है, शायद कल का भी हो सकता है. 5 साल, 10 साल, 20 साल, जो भी आपको याद आता है, अपनी लाइफ को रिवाइंड करें. Take 1 minute out of your life, rewind your life for find out the time when it was the most toughest time in your life. Now उस टाइम को थोड़ा विजुलाइज करने की कोशिश करें. आई थिंक आपको सबको मिल गया होगा वो टाइम. उस टाइम को पहचाने. वहां पे देखिए कौन कौन लोग हैं. क्या उनसे कुछ आवाज सुनाई दे रही है आपको? क्या कुछ दिखाई दे रहा है या कुछ स्मेल आ रही है? Use all your five senses. Try to be in that moment. और ये फिगर आउट करें कि आपने उस सिचुएशन में क्या किया. How did you solve that problem? How did you feel about it? What is the transformation you have done in yourself, in the situation? और अगर आपको इसका जवाब मिल गया हो तो आप अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हैं धीरे से और अपने एक पेपर पे लिखे जो स्क्रीन पे लिखा हुआ है. आई एम योर नेम. आप अपना नाम लिखेंगे. हैव ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड. व्हाट योर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन यू हैव डन. जैसे मैं बोलता हूं आई एम अंशव जैन and have transformed a loss-making business into a self-sustainable $100 million global startup and awakened my golden bird, the Sone ki Chidiya, in 2021. Which year was it? Reference year के लिए आप वहां लिख सकते हैं. Write this down in your diary because this is going to be very critical for the workshop. ये मोमेंट आपको हमेशा अपने लिए गोल्डन वर्ड्स में लिख के रखना है अपने सामने. आप इसको अच्छे से बाद में फ्रेम कर सकते हैं, इसको अच्छे से लिख सकते हैं और जितनी भी ऐसी स्टोरीज हैं आपके पास उनको सबको आप फ्रेम करके अपने सामने रख सकते हैं. बिकॉज दीज आर योर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन स्टोरीज, दीज आर योर लीडरशिप स्टोरीज, दीज आर योर सक्सेस स्टोरीज. और आप सभी ने कुछ ना कुछ किया होगा. यस और यस. मैंने बोला हमने बचपन से लेके ही स्ट्रगल किया. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हमने बचपन से ही किया. अगर हमने अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं किया होता तो आज हम यहां तक नहीं पहुंच पाते. चाहे वो कॉलेज का एडमिशन हो, चाहे वो बिजनेस की शुरुआत हो, चाहे वो लेट कॉलेज एडमिशन हो. Okay, remember, doing a business is very, very simple. If you know for whom you are running the business. So for whom you are running the business? We are running the business for customer. If you know your customer very well, doing a business is very, very simple. How will you make your king extremely happy? How will you make your customer extremely happy? By solving his problem extremely well. उसकी प्रॉब्लम अच्छे से सॉल्व कर दो, वो आपका कस्टमर बहुत खुश हो जाएगा. बट आप उसकी प्रॉब्लम को कैसे अच्छे से सॉल्व करोगे? And the only way you can solve the problem be well, the best one is by understanding the problem really well. The biggest problem in our life is not that we don't have a solution to the problem, but we don't have a problem itself. We don't even know what is the problem. So when you are able to figure out your problems, everything will be resolved. And just remember, there are 4 secrets to attract customers and provide them best experience. 1, use in-depth customer feedback analyzing. Whatever I'm asking you to take giving a feedback or anything, it helps me to improvise myself so that I can help more and more my customers. All of you are my customers today. You should have a system to analyze your feedbacks. What are they responding? How they are responding? Whether the feedback is good or not. How can you improve it further? Prioritize listening to your customers. मेरे को यहाँ पे ज्ञान देने में कोई मजा नहीं आएगा, लेकिन मैं अगर आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स को समझूंगा, सुनूंगा, आई विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी. यू विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी बिकॉज आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स को समझा जा रहा है. That's what I tried to understand your problems when I started the session with some few people names. I couldn't have gone through with everybody, but if you guys can type in your question into the chat window, I will definitely take it up at the end of the session. So type in your business idea, your problems, your expectations from the workshop in the chat window right now, so that I can solve your problems, the customer problems. And that is what it is most important is in this business model canvas. And we are only going to talk about how to structure the problem, how to structure the solution. What is that you are going to do so different from others in this business model canvas exercise? Are you all there with me? Can we have a hands up from everybody and put it yes in the chat window? Okay, so I'll just stop my screen, sharing the screen so that I can see the chat window. Okay, so Shishi says yes, Unnati says yes, Ishbu says yes. Thank you so much. Okay, how many of you are with me so far? Type, I am in. Shilpi says I am in. Thank you, Shilpi ji. Good to see you. Khushbu is in. Nirbhay is in. Anil is in. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so I see a lot of hands raising up and people, putting in the chat window. Thank you so much for being there. I hope you're loving this session. I mean, I've never started the business model canvas, but I hope this is making some sense to all of you. Yes, you can type it in the chat window. Thank you, Anilji. Okay, thanks, Nitin. Thanks, Ganesh. Okay, so we'll come back to our screen now and we'll move to the next. Let's do a simple exercise. How many of you have seen the IRCTC window, IRCTC, the website, and probably would have booked your train tickets? So how would you rate the current online train ticketing system? Put it in the chat window. Yeah, put it in the chat window. From 1 to 10, the current online train ticketing system, how would you rate from your experience point of view? From 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 7, 6, Neha says 10, okay, 8, Anil says 8, Shishir says 6, Nirbhay says 8, Ankit 5, Rohit 6, okay. Oh, very good. Thank you so much. So if I see it here, frankly, on an average, can I say the ratings would be 7 or 8 or 9? Maybe around 7 on an average. Unnati says 10 and Dhanraj is 8. Now, let me ask you another question. Let me help you go back to the situation 15 days behind, 15 years behind today. How would you rate the ticketing system by then? From 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How would you rate that system? Type it in the chat window. Anil says 1. Okay. What else? The earlier system of going to the physical place, finding out, standing up in the queue, by the time you reach to the window, the tickets are sold out. Kushbu says 6. Kushbu, is it really, really good? Was really good? Anyways, Shishir says 3, 2, 1. Most of you will say 1 or 2 or 3. Average, let's say 2. Now, if you see what's the improvement in the quality of solution, if we deduct the ratings from the current system versus the earlier system, you will find the value somewhere around 6 or more. And that's what the difference they have created. This is called as efficiency and effectiveness improvement they have done in the system. Whatever you are doing in your business today is based on these difference of customer feedback. When you are implementing a solution to a problem, if your customers are able to rate you more than 4 from versus earlier and now in terms of the quality, it means that you have created an exceptional good quality product which they will love to buy, and you will never have a problem of sales. So the product quality is so important at that point. The overall experience, it could be experience as a difference. The ticket is still the same, but the way it is being booked, the experience has changed completely. And that is what you have to aim for in your business model canvas. So when you design your business model canvas for your future unicorn or a $1 billion company, you need to consider this aspect very, very clearly. That as a customer, will your customer give you a feedback at least more than 4 times better than what they were saying it earlier. The product is same, only the experience is changing. The customer experience is changing. Now let's do this exercise of identifying how will you find out in your business to have that Delta Force strategy. This is also called as Delta Force strategy. You can check about this from Kunal Shah. Kunal Shah is founder of Cred. He has given this Delta Force strategy to create this difference of 4 levels of efficiency and effectiveness to create an exceptional quality of product. Now, what is efficiency? Efficiency is something which is like with respect to quality. And efficiency is with respect to the speed. So the time taken to book a ticket when you think and the time you get the ticket was probably 2 or 3 days earlier or 4 hours earlier when you get into the queue, but now it is probably 5 minutes. So you have increased the speed. Effectiveness is the quality improvement, which is your product quality you have improved. You have not improved the speed to provide that thing. And it's any of these things you can take up in your business model. See, before jumping to business model, you should be understanding these particular aspects very clearly. Otherwise, your business model canvas will not be correct, will not be right. You will create something around it, but you will not understand how to create a business model canvas in a more effective and efficient manner. Now, let's suppose if you're running a business called in a which is not having much of the better quality, neither you are improving the efficiency. You are doing this almost the same kind of work which others are doing. You're also trying to do the same thing. That is called as red ocean. Now, what is red ocean? Red ocean is there is a book called Blue Ocean, which you can read if you get a chance. Red ocean is a strategy, is actually a situation when there is a lot of competition. If you're doing a business which everybody else is doing, you are actually competing in a large environment. And that's what the red ocean is called about. So there are fishes or whales who are killing each other for business. Whales are, or sharks. These are all competitors. Good, small, big, or medium competitors. If they're fighting for the customers, that's called red ocean. So if you're not making any exceptional change in the quality or speed, you are actually in the red ocean. So whenever you find your idea or a solution, try to map it up into these four blockers. Whether this is a red ocean, second, if your quality may be the same, but you improving the speed to deliver the things better, like Zomato. Zomato doesn't do anything. They don't improve the quality of the product. The product quality will remain the same, but they increase the time delivery. I mean, reduce the time delivery of that. You don't have to go outside. You can just order within 30 minutes. You get your food, things like that. Faster turnaround. That could be your business model. So you need to understand which area you are playing in. Third, you may not be changing the things, but you are creating a better quality. Maybe you open up a new restaurant which is much good quality, maybe a lesser cost, and the customer feels more satisfied. So you are giving more satisfaction to the customers. And that's what called higher satisfaction model. If you are able to create impact with respect to both, that's where you are having a blue ocean strategy. And your business model has to be designed around this blue ocean strategy itself. How your customers are feeling around that. Uh, Shilpi, let me know if I have to stop somewhere and Vice Chancellor sir wants to speak.
So yes, actually we have RDC at our place, so it will be difficult. But yes, I have few seniors over here who will be probably able to talk after the session. So you may continue.
Sure, sure.
This
Thank you.
will be
Thank you
over.
so
I
much.
have to join you.
Sure, sure. Thank you. So, all of you, are you all clear till here? This is a very important aspect till now. So, if you have any questions around this, because now we are going to jump into the actual business model canvas exercise. We'll see the first time what are the different components of business model canvas, and we will start with a exercise as well. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself, ask me the question, or if you're clear, please type yes in the chat window. I am clear. Okay, so Anil says yes, clear. Ankit says clear. Rohit says clear. Looks like most of you are clear on this. So let's move ahead. And from here, this is how your business model canvas looks like, which is your And these are the fixed areas. Now you have already identified the problem areas of the person of the in your business model. What are the existing alternates available? Now, how will you identify that existing alternatives? By checking, doing your competitive analysis with respect to efficiency and effectiveness. The blue ocean versus red ocean strategy. What are the solutions which you can provide as a differentiated options? You may not have the product ready at this stage, but that is your aspiration which you want to create and which customer feels that it is very good. You might have done a customer survey till now. You might know few people who are talking about this, or it may be your assumptions. Whatever it is, write down that into your solutions. What are the key metrics? These are your business metrics. What are that available in that industry? How will you track your customer satisfaction? Is all needed to be there at the customer key metrics. What is your value proposition, differentiator which you are going to create versus the other competitors around that? What is your high level concept? Is a one-liner statement which you are going to do, create for them. Something like, we'll discuss more on that, but it's something like, IRCTC. With IRCTC website, now you can book your tickets online at no time. No more waiting queues in the center or in the office. This is your high level concept. Unfair advantage. Now, unfair advantage is where is your specialty is there. What is your strength, current strength, which you can leave, which you can take the benefit and get into the market much faster than others. Channels. कौन से आप रेवेन्यू चैनल, कौन से आप चैनल्स के थ्रू उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करोगे? डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मॉडल क्या? अगर आपका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोडक्ट है तो आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कैसे करोगे? आप सोर्स आउट कैसे करोगे रॉ मटेरियल्स को? ये सारे आपके चैनल्स हो सकते हैं, आपके कोलैबोरेशन मॉडल्स हो सकते हैं, आपके सप्लायर्स हो सकते हैं, आपके वेंडर्स हो सकते हैं, सेल्स एजेंसीज हो सकती हैं. दिस कैन बी एनीथिंग. इट कैन बी योर मार्केटिंग पार्टनर्स, इट कैन बी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग पार्टनर्स. किसके थ्रू आप अपना प्रोडक्ट को बेचोगे और सप्लाई करोगे? पूरा एंड टू एंड चेन को आपको यहाँ पे चैनल्स आइडेंटिफाई करने हैं. कौन कौन से कस्टमर सेगमेंट्स हैं आपके पास? किस किस कस्टमर्स को आप देने वाले हो? आप बिजनेस टू कंज्यूमर करने वाले हो, आप B2C करने वाले हो, आप गवर्नमेंट को देने वाले हो, आप इंस्टीट्यूशंस को देने वाले हो, कॉर्पोरेट्स को देने वाले हो? क्या आपका कस्टमर कौन है? आइडेंटिफाई दैट. एंड हु कैन बी द अर्ली अडॉप्टर्स. आपने अभी तक बिजनेस शुरू नहीं किया है या कुछ नया इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट लेके आ रहे हो, तो ऐसे कौन से लोग हैं जो जल्दी से आपको अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं, सो दैट आपको कुछ समझ में आए कि कस्टमर आपके प्रोडक्ट को पसंद कर भी रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर. आपका इसमें कॉस्ट कितना लगेगा? यू शुड एस्टिमेट सर्टेन कॉस्ट. आप ये नहीं कह सकते इसमें तो कितना भी कॉस्ट लगा लो. फाइंड आउट सम कॉस्ट. अगर आपको फैक्ट्री सेटअप करनी है, कुछ रिपोर्ट अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन, कुछ आप एस्टिमेट कर सकते हो. यू कैन रीच आउट टू द वेंडर्स, ask them for the quotation. That will give you the cost structure. Then your revenue streams. आप पैसा कैसे बनाओगे? कहाँ से पैसा आएगा? कितना पैसा आएगा? अगर आप कितना पैसा आपको, how many sales you need to do to create a maybe $100,000 revenue. Maybe 1 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू कैसे खड़ा करना है? पहले 1 लाख का कैसे खड़ा करना है? 100 करोड़ का कैसे करना है? आपको वो दिमाग में होना चाहिए. And that has to be down in this paper. I'll share this example with you of Uber. With the same model, how they are making it as a business model canvas. So the problem is, you can take a screenshot if you want, and it is the recording will be there. If you want, you can take a screenshot, keep it with you, or take a photo of this. Once you are done, please type in the yes in the chat window. This is very, very important. So the problem is difficult to find a cab when you find it, when you need it. Mini cab needs to be booked in advance. There was such a big problem earlier. If you remember earlier, we used to call some guys, known guys who used to send us the taxi drivers. Then we used to negotiate and all of that. never knew who is driving the mini cab. Driver अच्छा आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. हम बोलते थे भाई ड्राइवर अच्छा भेजना, गाड़ी अच्छी भेजना, क्लीन होनी चाहिए. All that we used to ask them. Then existing alternatives. उस टाइम पे भी black cabs, mini cabs, public transport, own means of transport सब available था. But आज हम लोग कितना Uber और Ola यूज करते हैं. Solution क्या मिला? Guaranteed fast pickup. See who the driver is and his rating. Car plate, car model in advance. Pay a reasonable price directly from the app automatically. So whatever the problems they have mentioned, they have given a respective solution in the solution category. What are the key metrics? कितने apps install हुए, कितने account create हुए, कितनी journeys book हुई, money कितनी spend हुई, trips per month, users कितने refer किए गए. These are all the metrics which they are tracking as a business metric. What is the unique value proposition? We allow Londoners. So they started it in London. So this is basically for London. We allowed Londoners to get from A to B in a comfortable, safe, and reasonably priced ride by hailing a car through an app in one click. Unique value proposition. High level concept like taxi, but cheaper, easier, and safer. Unfair advantage, they already had 40,000 drivers with them. Brand awareness, 84% among adults. This was 2016. So that was already some business done. Now, in many of your cases, you may not have any unfair advantage like this, but you may have unfair advantage of a knowledge. You may know technology. You may know a system which nobody else knows. You may have educational background which others does not have it. You may have a research project with you which nobody else has it. That is your unfair advantage. So don't think that you are a student, you can't have an unfair advantage. You may have an unfair advantage to know पैसा कैसे बनाना है. You may have an unfair advantage to market the things better. आपके हो सकता है इंस्टाग्राम पे 4 लाख फॉलोअर्स हो, तो आप मार्केटिंग अच्छे से कर लोगे अपने प्रोडक्ट की. दैट इज योर अनफेयर एडवांटेज. डोंट मिस आउट एनीथिंग. कस्टमर सेगमेंट्स, यंग होंगे, you know which segment they are channeling, what are the channels they will use for PR, referrals, outdoor advertisements. Easy adopters, American tourists, wealthy and busy professionals. Cost infrastructure में क्या क्या लगेगा? IT, drivers, marketing, PR, and what are the revenue streams? 25% of a fare based on route and idle time. Now let's do your exercise. Whatever your business problem you are looking at, think of that and what you would like to solve and who is your customer. Quickly take 1 minute and let's do that. Once you are done, type your problem and the customer in the chat window. I'll start after that. This is very critical. Think of the problem which you want to solve and the customer who is there. When you are done, please type it in the chat window. I will start with the first one and I will take that as the case study for this exercise. What is Ganesh put? What is your problem you are trying to solve and for whom you are trying to, who is your customer? Define these two things. I will take that as the case study. The first one who will type, I will take that as a case study for this. Rest others can do it basis on that themselves. I will have a one-on-one interaction in this call.
Khushbu, you wanted to
Hello, good
give an
afternoon,
idea.
sir.
Sir, Khushbu and
Yeah,
Shishir, they might have some. Yeah, please go ahead.
but tell me, somebody was saying something.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ज्ञानेश, आप अपना प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट लिख रहे हो?
सर देखो सर, चैलेंज ये आता है कि जैसे मान लो कभी कोई कस्टमर होता है तो उसको क्वालिटी पसंद आ जाती है, बट होता क्या है कि उसको प्राइस का इश्यू होता है।
वो प्रॉब्लम हम
सर,
सॉल्व करेंगे, पर
ये भी
अभी मुझे
चाहिए
एक बात
क्वालिटी भी
बताइए।
अच्छी हो बट प्राइस। तो सर ऐसा दोनों पॉसिबल नहीं है। अगर आपको क्वालिटी अच्छी चाहिए तो सर प्राइस का थोड़ा बहुत कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि मार्केट में अगर हम कोई मटेरियल लाते हैं तो उसकी जो प्राइस होती है उस अकॉर्डिंग सर वो तो चलता है, क्योंकि अप एंड डाउन होते रहते हैं, बट कस्टमर ये समझने को रेडी नहीं होता है।
सो खुशबू बोल रहे हो ना?
यस सर।
खुशबू, इसका जवाब मैं आपको बाद में दूं, चलेगा? आपके पास अभी आपकी जो आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हो, प्राइसिंग की प्रॉब्लम हम बाद में सॉल्व करेंगे, पर अभी जो आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हो, आप वो मुझे टाइप करके चैट विंडो पे लिख सकते हो, किस क्या प्रॉब्लम आप सॉल्व कर रहे हो और इसमें आपका कस्टमर कौन है।
यस।
प्लीज टाइप इट इनटू द चैट विंडो। जिसका भी पहले चैट विंडो में आएगा मैं वही केस स्टडी लूंगा एंड आई विल वर्क विद यू। ओके, सो शिशिर सेज कस्टमर will satisfy the service but not giving good feedback. ऐसा पॉसिबल ही नहीं है शिशिर। अगर वो कस्टमर सेटिस्फाई हो गया और वो फीडबैक अच्छा नहीं दे रहा है तो इसका मतलब है वो जब आपको बता रहा है वो झूठ बोल रहा है, बिकॉज दे वांट टू सेव ऑफ देयर फेस, एज सिंपल एज दैट। या if it is regularly it's happened, or you may try to find out from number of customers. किसी ने अभी आइडेंटिफाई किया अपना प्रॉब्लम तो प्लीज टाइप करो चैट विंडो पे। Anil says cross break even point. What does that mean, Anil?
Yes, sir. Break-even point. Right now, I am in the field of marketing, and I am running my own business. I am marketing my products at the 50 headquarters. So we have analyzed that out of 50 headquarters, my 15 headquarters were, as far as
No,
performance is
Anil,
concerned, they
I
were
got it.
below.
I got it. Anil,
They were below.
hold on.
So yeah. So can
Anil,
I?
hold on. Anil,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. Hold on. When I'm talking about one problem, I'm talking one problem for the customer. We are working
Customer.
for the customer right now. What is the customer problem? Okay, let me change this. Okay, think of one customer problem you would like to solve. Maybe I've done a mistake here. And for whom? And who is your customer?
Yeah.
Let me change the question. Maybe the question is making it confusing. Yeah, is it clear now?
Yeah.
Maybe Khushbu, I understood now why you were coming up with a question of pricing. But I don't want to know your problem. I want to know what customer problem you would like to solve or you are solving. And who is your customer? Khushbu and Anil will take your questions at the end of the webinar for sure.
Sir, I want to understand exactly what is question, and after that.
Okay. आपने बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस तक सबको समझ में आ गया यहाँ तक?
Yes.
ओके, नाउ इसमें जो बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे जो हमने फर्स्ट लेवल पे डिफाइन की है वो प्रॉब्लम आपके पास है अभी एक कस्टमर प्रॉब्लम जो आप सॉल्व करना चाहते हो, और आपका कस्टमर कौन है, विच इज योर कस्टमर सेगमेंट। मुझे ये दो कॉलम का आंसर चाहिए। आपका प्रॉब्लम जो आप बिजनेस के ऊपर आप बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस बनाना चाहते हो, अगर मेरे को कोई नहीं मिलेगा तो आई विल टेक अ केस ऑफ ओनली माय ओन कंपनी ब्रिंगल एंड विल हेल्प यू आउट। बट आई वुड प्रेफर कि आप में से कोई खड़ा हो और अपना एग्जांपल ले, चाहे आपका बिजनेस ना भी हो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
उसमें
ओके,
अंकित ने कुछ डाला
तो
है।
Ankit has said, Ankit has said mental health issue for students, okay, and cooperate workers. What are cooperate workers? Now I will take Ankit's case now because he has put in already. Ankit, can you come on screen on video, please? I will want you on video now.
Yes, sure.
Okay, good. So Ankit, explain your problem now.
Sir, it's a mental health issue, sir. It's going on. It's a hot topic nowadays. So people are suffering from
Right, so explain.
mental health issues because of
So
your
give me the scenarios. देखो मेंटल हेल्थ इशू सब जगह है, लेकिन किस तरह के मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज आप बात कर रहे हो, मुझे एग्जांपल्स दो।
मतलब जैसे हमारी लाइफ स्टाइल अभी क्या है, मतलब उसके वजह से हमारे मतलब मेंटल हेल्थ के इश्यूज जो एक आ रहे हैं अपनी लाइफ स्टाइल के उससे।
हाँ, बट वो लाइफस्टाइल की वजह से आ रहा है, इज योर सोल्यूशन और इज योर रीजन फॉर दैट प्रॉब्लम, राइट? पर मेंटल इश्यूज में क्या आ रहा है आपके पास अभी? What you face and not you, when I say you, not you, in general जो आपका सेगमेंट है यंग लोग, उनमें क्या है, क्या देखते हो आप?
एंग्जाइटी लाइक दैट सर।
एंग्जाइटी हो रही है, पढ़ने में मार्क्स की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है क्या, कुछ जॉब नहीं मिल रही है उसका टेंशन है, किस चीज का टेंशन, प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
हो सर टेंशन बहुत सारे, उस वजह से जो एंग्जाइटी हो रही है, डिप्रेशन हो रही है, मतलब उसके ऊपर एक ऐप या वेबसाइट, मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम आपको हो रही है ऐसा नहीं, मतलब आपको जो प्रॉब्लम है उस वजह से जो उसका एक आउटकम आ रहा है, मतलब ऐसा एंग्जाइटी, डिप्रेशन और समथिंग लाइक दैट। सो फॉर दैट
आप इसी के ऊपर कोई बिजनेस रन करना चाहते हो?
यस सर।
हाँ, ओके, तो आपने सोल्यूशन तो ढूंढा है उसके लिए?
Yes, so sir, there are alternate solutions are there, like websites, apps are there already. So
Okay.
like that, my focus is on school and colleges,
Okay.
students.
Very good.
How to
Very
improve that particular segment.
Okay. So आपका प्रॉब्लम मैं रीडिफाइन करता हूँ। ओके, साथ साथ में मैं आपको आपका ये एक कैनवस आप अपने पेपर पे सब लोग बना लीजिए प्लीज, और आप भी अंकित आप भी बना लो, एक A4 शीट का पेपर लो एंड क्रिएट दिस कॉलम्स ओवर देयर। कॉलम्स आप आगे बना सकते हो, अभी आप सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम एरियाज लिखो एंड एवरीबडी प्लीज गो थ्रू एज आई एम टेलिंग यू राइट नाउ। तो एक केस हम अंकित का लेंगे और एक केस मैं ब्रिंगल का दिखाऊंगा आपको यहाँ पे, सो आपको दोनों एग्जांपल्स मिलेंगे। आई विल टेक दिस केस स्टडी राइट नाउ। नाउ अंकित इज सेइंग कि प्रॉब्लम हो रही है कि हमारे पास आज की डेट में स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस में जो बच्चे हैं, ये यूथ है, वो मेंटल डिप्रेशन में जा रहे हैं, दे आर फाइंडिंग मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज, वो बहुत खुश नहीं है, उनको स्ट्रेस में है, राइट अंकित?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ये प्रॉब्लम वो सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं। अभी आज की डेट में एग्जिस्टिंग कौन से ऑल्टरनेटिव्स हैं अंकित उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए?
सर नेम याद नहीं है मुझे, बट है सर, मैंने कुछ किया था, रिसर्च किया था।
आपने अभी बोला कुछ एप्स हैं, ठीक है, देयर आर सम एप्स अवेलेबल हु हेल्प चिल्ड्रन एंड स्टूडेंट्स टू काइंड ऑफ हेल्प ऑन देयर मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज, राइट? तो ये मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज हैं उनको। नाउ मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज जब होते हैं तो उनको क्या लगता है, दे मतलब इंस्टेंसेस बताओ मुझे, आपके जिंदगी में कोई स्टोरी हुई होगी जिसकी वजह से आपको ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं। व्हाट इज दैट स्टोरी?
सर मतलब ये मतलब टू टाइप्स के क्या होते हैं, एक क्लिनिकल होता है और मतलब एक इमोशनल होता है। क्लिनिकल मतलब जैसे अगर कुछ आपके केमिकल्स में कुछ अगर है, मतलब कोई सा एक पर्टिकुलर आ नहीं रहा केमिकल, जैसे कि मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल है मतलब B12 भी नहीं है फॉर एग्जांपल,
राइट
विटामिन B12 नहीं है।
राइट
और मतलब एक होता है जैसे मतलब इमोशनल टाइप का था, लाइक दैट।
वेरी नाइस वेरी नाइस
टू
वेरी नाइस। सो आई थिंक अंकित ने एक बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट लेके आया कि देयर कैन बी क्लिनिकल डिप्रेशन, देयर कैन बी अ some due to some anxiety or some mental depression also into it. तो कुछ बॉडी में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती है, उसकी वजह से डिप्रेशन आ सकता है, और देयर कैन बी अ मेंटल सिचुएशंस और इमोशनल सिचुएशन व्हिच कैन लीड टू मेंटल डिप्रेशंस और दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, और ही वांट्स टू रिड्यूस दैट डिप्रेशन सिनेरियो। नाउ आपके पास एग्जिस्टिंग ऑल्टरनेटिव के कुछ कुछ एप्स हैं जो काम कर रही है इसके अंदर। मुझे एक बात बताओ अंकित, what will you want to do as a different for reducing this problem or overcoming this problem?
Actually, sir, I want to focus on that particular segment, that student segment that no one is focusing on.
वो सही है, पर करोगे क्या? हेल्प कैसे करोगे उन्हें?
So through apps and website only, first we have
में
to
करोगे क्या? ऐप में करोगे क्या?
टेस्ट, मतलब जैसा होगा कि वो पहले उसे देंगे, वो मतलब उनका लेवल क्या है, मतलब एक होता है जैसे करियर काउंसलिंग का भी टेस्ट होता है, लाइक दैट ओनली। मतलब इसमें भी एक टेस्ट होता है, मतलब मेंटल हेल्थ में भी एक
Right.
टेस्ट मतलब एक होता है, वो टेस्ट देके और मतलब कहाँ वीक हो, कहाँ स्ट्रांग हो, व्हाट यू हैव टू इम्प्रूव,
Right.
व्हाट यू आर गुड एट,
उसके
to that
बाद
what you have to do, type of exercise, types of additions or yoga or like that only.
Okay, fine, very good. So I think give a big round of applause to Ankit. He has been able to explain it pretty well. So now the solution comes to the next level, which is basically आप क्या उसमें उसको सॉल्व करोगे। तो उसके लिए अंकित ने बताया कि वो उसको पिकअप करेंगे, उसका एक टेस्ट करेंगे, वो टेस्ट से समझ में आएगा कि उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द डिप्रेशन या जो भी मेंटल हेल्थ इशू है, और उसके हिसाब से देन दे विल हेल्प देम आउट एंड प्रोवाइड सम थेरेपीज अराउंड दैट। चाहे वो योगा हो सकता है, मेडिटेशन हो सकता है, या कुछ और क्लिनिकल कोई मेडिसिन भी हो सकती है। उस तरीके से दे विल गिव द सॉल्यूशन इनटू दैट, राइट अंकित?
Yes, Rangan.
आप साथ साथ में मेरे स्क्रीन पे भी देख सकते हो कि जो हमने ब्रिंगल का बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस बनाया है स्टेप बाय स्टेप, और आपको चाहिए तो आई कैन गेट यू टू द उबर वन एज वेल। विच वन यू वांट, दिस वन और उबर? Okay. Now, is there anybody else who has put up their problem? Khushbu says premium products for premium customers. Okay, so that's a different product range. Khushbu, do you want to come in and explain your business? I'll take your case study as well. Doesn't look like. Okay, so how will you define the key metrics for you, Ankit? मेट्रिक्स क्या क्या होंगे, उसको मॉनिटर कैसे करोगे कि आपको कितने टेस्ट कर लिए, उस तरीके से मेजर करोगे, या कितने रिपोर्ट्स आ गए, या कैसे आप मेजर करोगे?
Yes, sir. I can't understand.
Okay, so anyways, so those metrics would be somewhere around कि भाई आपके पास नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर, कितने लोगों ने टेस्ट खत्म कर लिए, कितने लोगों ने आपसे थेरेपी ली, कितने लोगों ने आपसे how they are satisfied, what are their percentage satisfaction scores, and what is their mental depression levels, that you can monitor as a key metric. What is your value proposition? What is you are going to do different on from others जो और एप्स नहीं कर रहे हैं? इसके बारे में कुछ रिसर्च की है?
हाँ मतलब एक ही चीज की है मतलब इसके बारे में, जैसे मतलब इसका मतलब एज से भी एक बहुत फर्क पड़ता है कि आप मतलब कौन सी एज में लाया करते हैं। तो मतलब ये जो ऐप्स है ये मतलब सब एज के लिए जनरल है। तो सर आई वांट फोकस ऑन
Okay, so you want to create
पर्टिकुलर
specifically for children or
स्टूडेंट।
students basically. Students,
यस
very good. So आपका जो वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन है वो है कि आप पर्टिकुलरली स्टूडेंट्स के लिए उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करना चाहते हो, राइट? ये
यस
आपका इनिशियल है और
क्योंकि
इसी में
एज भी
आप सिर्फ राइट गो एड
Ankit, you wanted to
राइट
say
अंकित बोलो।
something? Please.
में एक एज भी एक फैक्टर होता है, दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड।
वेरी गुड।
टेक्निकल
सो
में
अंकित
भी affect-
अंकित ने अपना वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन वेरी क्लियरली डिफाइन कर लिया है कि जो स्टूडेंट्स में प्रॉब्लम मेंटल इश्यूज हो रहे हैं, मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज है, उसके ऊपर ही वांट्स टू क्रिएट एन प्रोडक्ट और एन एप्लीकेशन जिससे कि वो उनका एक टेस्ट कर सके, टेस्ट करने के बाद उनको एक कुछ योगा मेडिटेशन या जो भी और थेरेपीज है वो दे सके। नाउ व्हाट विल बी योर अनफेयर एडवांटेज अंकित? व्हेन आई से अनफेयर एडवांटेज, आज आपके पास ऐसा क्या यूनिक है जो और किसी के पास नहीं हो सकता है? आपका ये पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस भी हो सकता है, आपकी रिसर्च हो सकती है जो आपने की है जो और किसी ने नहीं की है, और क्या हो सकता
थोड़ा एक बैकग्राउंड था, तो वो जो मतलब ऐप वेबसाइट होगा उसमें मतलब
है?
इजीली
ओके, तो
अंडरस्टैंडेबल हो।
यू नो टेक्नोलॉजी, तो यू नो टेक्नोलॉजी।
मार्केटिंग भी आती है सर मुझको, मतलब मैंने उसका बेसिक किया हुआ है।
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। तो आप अपनी एप्लीकेशन खुद बना सकते हो इसकी।
यस सर, एक वेबसाइट बना सकता हूँ
वेरी
मतलब
वेबसाइट बना सकते हो, ओके ठीक है। तो आपकी जो एक एडवांटेज है वो ये है कि आज आप एक वेबसाइट बना सकते हो उसके लिए, और क्या कर सकते हो विच यू कैन बी अनफेयर एडवांटेज? आपने रिसर्च कुछ की है इसके ऊपर?
यस सर, कोई मतलब कुछ किया रिसर्च, डिजिटल
So
मार्केटिंग भी
that
सीखे सर,
research can, right?
मतलब वो
So
भी।
that all will come into your unfair advantage. क्योंकि आपको बिजनेस के लिए आपको कहीं बाहर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, आप खुद से ही शुरू कर सकते हो।
यस
चैनल्स किस किस के थ्रू करोगे, प्रमोट किस किस के थ्रू करोगे? डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के थ्रू कर सकते हो क्योंकि वो आपको आता है। वेबसाइट पे आप ट्रैफिक ला सकते हो, एसईओ कर सकते हो, ये सारी चीजें आप चैनल्स में रखो,
मतलब मतलब
राइट?
B2B में ईमेल मार्केटिंग कर सकते हैं टू स्कूल एंड
राइट,
डायरेक्ट
वेरी गुड,
मार्केटिंग।
वेरी गुड। नाउ कस्टमर सेगमेंट्स आपने पहले क्लियरली डिफाइन कर दिया है कि स्टूडेंट्स हैं आपके, तो आपका बहुत क्लियरली डिफाइंड है, उसमें एज ग्रुप और डिफाइन कर लो, दैट विल बिकम द बेस्ट। ओके, नाउ यू हैव अर्ली एडॉप्टर्स। अर्ली एडॉप्टर्स का ये होता है कि कहाँ पे आप इमीडिएटली यूज कर सकते हो। मे बी आप अपने कॉलेज में इसको यूज कर सकते हो, अपने घर के आजू बाजू कर सकते हो, दैट विल बी कहाँ पे आप इसे इमीडिएटली टेस्ट कर सकते हो।
यस सर,
All of you guys are hoping that you are making your business model canvas. I will ask questions from you at the end of this exercise. Now
मैं अपने
इसमें
कॉलेज
कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर आपने, हाँ
दैट्स द
बोलो।
अर्ली अडॉप्टर, हम माय स्कूल एंड कॉलेज
हाँ राइट, आप जहाँ पे
अर्ली।
आपके फैमिली में जा सकते हो, फैमिली में देख सकते हो, रिलेटिव्स में पूछ सकते हो, दीज आर योर अर्ली एडॉप्टर्स। समझ में आएगा कि लोगों को पसंद आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है। नाउ कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर, एनुअल प्लेटफॉर्म मेंटेनेंस एंड सर्वर कॉस्ट विद एआई, ये तो हमारा है, छोड़ो। व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट यू आर गोइंग टू इंकर? आपने उस पर कुछ कॉस्टिंग किया है?
नो सर, अभी नहीं किया है, क्योंकि मतलब ये मतलब ऐप आपका कौन लोग मतलब यूज कर रहे हैं, ऐप कितना है उस पर डिपेंड करता है ना, मतलब ऐप का सर्वर क्या होगा, दैट्स ऑल डिपेंड ऑन
तो
दैट।
देयर आर वेरियस ऐप फॉर्मेट्स, जो अगर आप वर्डप्रेस साइट बनाते हो तो वर्डप्रेस साइट भी ऐप में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है,
सर सर्वर मतलब
और उसमें
कितने
कोई
आपको लेना उस पर डिपेंड करता है ना वो, मतलब आपके पास
ज्यादा
यूजर्स कितने हैं।
जितना भी होता है, तो ये डिफाइन है अंकित, ये डिफाइन कि अगले 6 महीने में आपको लगता है कि 1000 कस्टमर बनेंगे, उसके हिसाब से बनाओ।
ओके
अगले 2 साल में इतने लोग आएंगे, तो you upgrade it step by step. So you define your cost structures accordingly. ठीक है, देन योर, और जो है वो यहाँ पे कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर में लिख लो कि इसमें सर्वर स्पेस आएगा, इसमें एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट कॉस्ट आएगा, वेबसाइट होस्टिंग कॉस्ट आएगी, मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट आएगी, टीम कॉस्ट आएगी अगर कुछ एम्प्लॉय करना है किसी को तो, एंड द रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम्स, कहाँ से पैसा बनाओगे, क्या प्रोडक्ट सेल करोगे, अगर आप टेस्ट करा रहे हो तो फ्री कराओगे कि पेड कराओगे, मेडिटेशन करा रहे हो तो फ्री कराओगे कि पेड कराओगे, where will you make money?
तो टेस्ट फ्री कराएंगे सर, एंड उसके बाद लाइक 1 month एंड 2, मतलब 2 months इज फ्री, एंड सर उसका मतलब चार्जेबल अमाउंट होगा लाइक 10 रुपीज 20 रुपीज पर मंथ फॉर ऐप।
तो वो जो भी है वो आपको डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा अंकित, वो डिफाइन करोगे तो अपने बिजनेस मॉडल में ये आपके 9 कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं। इज एवरीबडी क्लियर नाउ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस? अगर किसी का कुछ भी क्वेश्चन है फॉर योर बिजनेस मॉडल, प्लीज आस्क इट नाउ, यू कैन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड आस्क। Okay, so looks like there is no question, no problems at all, and Khushbu, you want to ask that question again, and maybe Anil?
No.
Your question of premium customers, is that resolved or you want to take it up later?
Excuse me, sir. Can we get this PDF? No, bro.
Which PDF you want? This business model canvas?
Yes, sir.
I'll send it. I'll send it to Shilpi ma'am, and then she'll share it with them.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so design your unicorn is a methodology. I'll just give you a little background about that. So, by the way, workshop is over here. If anybody have any questions, please ask me here. I would, with your permission, I would like to share a little bit about design your unicorn, about what we are working, what we had been working, how we could help you out, how others have got benefited around this workshops, various aspects which we have done. And with Shilpi ma'am, we are trying to set up some incubation platform, incubation aspects within Oriental University. Shilpi ji, would you want to elaborate something on that? If on that right now?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we are associated with Bringle, and we are doing this like last time we have done Mr. Devang Raja, wherein we spoke about future funding and all. Today we are trying to help you with business canvas, जहाँ पे आप सब ये समझ सकते हो कि कैसे आपको बिजनेस शुरू करना है, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं, कैसे आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है, लाइक बहुत अच्छे से भी डिस्कशन हुआ, वेरी गुड, वी शैल अप्रिशिएट अंकित कि उसके पास एक आइडिया था and he could discuss and you could sort out on that. So now, as you all know, we are working towards incubation and startups. So we are planning that we can associate with Bringle and we can help you all these students who have some ideas, who have some startup ideas, who want to work on some of the ideas. You may join us, you may come to the college, you may tell us, and we are trying to set up this incubation startup setup with the Bringle. So we are still in talks, but yes, college will have this setup. So you students are most welcome to talk on these things, work on these things, just business ideas, have entrepreneurial mindset, and just try, innovating. it is not necessary that you shall have a very, very innovative and very, very idea, which is very, very good idea, which is out of the box, but an idea which is very well implementable is the right idea to go ahead. Yes, so Mr. Anshav, you can please carry on again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rupiji. So I think what is one important thing is it's not about having a good idea. There's nothing called good or a bad idea. The importance is that you should have some idea around it. We will make it exceptional. We will make it find your blue ocean. We will develop your blue ocean strategy together. So don't think about that your idea can be ugly or small or something. I don't know how many of you guys know banana chips सबने खाए होंगे, right? सबने खाए होंगे almost. But किसी को पता है कि Kerala banana chips has got a funding from Shark Tanks also. And they have created a new brand out there. किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं था. Simple idea है कि सिर्फ banana chips है, कुछ स्पेशल नहीं है उसके अंदर. But आज वो इस क्वांटिटी में और इस तरीके से ब्रांड में बिक रहा है. They are making huge profits. So it is not the idea which is bad. The problem is in the execution. The problem is understanding the business model. And that is where we will help you out. So I'll give you a little understanding about the design your unicorn methodology. How does it work from 3 stages from sustain, adapt, and scale? So there are 5 certification levels out here. The first level is called as white belt, which goes for 21 days. Then it is second level is yellow belt certification, which is for 21 weeks. Then you have green belt for 21 fortnight. You have blue belt for 21 months and black belt for 21 quarters. So if you are at an idea stage, you are starting with a white belt certification. If you are at a yellow belt stage, which means that you are setting up your product right now. If you have already got a product and you are trying to generate revenues, that is where it is green belt. Once you start generating some revenues and some feedback, we will develop your blue ocean strategy and create a unique value proposition, which is your blue belt certification. And once you are ready for your growth strategy, for your scaling strategy, you will be there at a black belt certification. So these are the 5 stages. Typically, next 3 to 5 years, you can transform your ideas into a $1 billion business model. That's the time frame it takes, and that's how the entire program is divided into that. We will focus on your mindset, skill development, technology support, fundraising, investments, supporting you on global, giving you cross-border markets, global outreach, everything put together. As I said at the start, we've supported more than 15,000 entrepreneurs by now. This was the 21 days business sustainability challenge series live, which was kind of 35 to 40 hours of content was created by 80 plus speakers from 30 plus countries, and then it was broadcasted in more than 100 plus countries in 2020, just after the lockdown. It was one of the massive hit. We were featured by Radio Masti 24/7 Singapore and Fever 104 FM as well. What will you get in this Design Your Unicorn program? So you will make your ideas investable, sustainable, and profitable. We will help you developing your intellectual property, identifying that and protecting it. We will give you 10x plus growth strategy and marketing support. We will help you on finding out to a more operational excellence model so that you can quickly transform your ideas into a working model, revenue generating model. We will help you in business and financial modeling plus pitch deck and even valuations for your startup and supporting you for an investment or fundraising. We are also planning to bring for the university, Oriental University right now, who could invest in your businesses if they are investable. We will work with you on creating your unique value proposition and blue ocean strategy, support you from marketing to the customer feedback and how you can rebuild that feedback into your marketing strategy. It's a complete continuous improvement loop we will create it for your businesses. We will support you for various technology aspects like metaverse, blockchain-based virtual reality ecosystem. We will give you the fund your investors and NFT based funding opportunities so that they can have their money also protected around it. So there are various options we will be supporting. We will be helping you to create your own metaverse in your idea. So if you are in a health segment, mental health, or a manufacturing or a pharma or whatever, how you can leverage the new age technologies like metaverse or net zero aspects and make your business more future ready. These are some of the testimonials which we have gotten, and it is also available at the website dyu.bringleglobal.com. And how they have got benefited within the 1 month itself, they've been able to start their revenues as high as 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees per month. So that's the whole concept of driving excellence. We are looking at people, process, and technology and leveraging the data around it and transforming an idea into a $1 billion business model. So with this, I'll stop sharing my screen and look forward for your questions, anybody if has. Anybody has any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. So I hope this session was very, very useful. And if anybody has any queries, please reach out to Shilpi ma'am, or I'm also available on LinkedIn at Anshav Jain. My ID is very simple, Anshav Jain, ANSHAV, Jain. And you won't find too many Anshav Jain, so it will be easy to find. And but anyway, Shilpi ma'am is there, so you can reach out to her. And if you need any further support in your business, or any other kind of aspect to create your business model or create your marketing strategy, looking at how to price your products, which customers will pay, how can you increase your pricing without even, looking like looking like figuring it out whether customer will pay or not. If you want to increase the quality, you have to increase the pricing. Remember, BMW is sold at 50 lakh rupees while the cost of the product is as low as 5 or 10 lakh rupees. So it is not about the pricing, it is about how do you place your product, what kind of a customer you are choosing, and what kind of emotion you are bringing it up. You can actually sell a premium product as well, but you have to decide your customer very well. So that is also called customer segmentation, another exercise which we can do later on. If you need some technology support, what kind of technologies to be implemented, how can you reduce your cost in your existing manufacturing plants, let's say, or in your existing businesses, how can you reduce the cost, how can you increase the global outreach, how can you create a brand of yourself. All of those questions will be solved in the Design Your Unicorn workshops or various other certification levels. If you want any other support, please reach out to me. Thank you so much. My email ID is anshav.jain@bringleacademy.com, and you can reach out to me accordingly.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Keep bringing, keep growing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dheeraj sir, do we have? Dheeraj sir, are you here? Dheeraj sir? Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Anshav Jain. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us a second webinar on this business model canvas. Earlier, we had webinar with the Future Fund Startups, and every time you join us, we feel that you have added a lot of value to us. Thank you for handling so patiently our students' questions and interacting with them so very well that they could ask you a lot of questions. And yes, absolutely, on a short notice, we did this webinar, and we are expecting more support for IIU. And very soon we'll be having a college meeting wherein you can interact with us, tell them more about that, how they can launch this. We can go ahead with second stage of the startup. What after ideation, how to implement in the market. So there are a lot of things which have to be addressed. Thank you so much, and I hope, as you said, you can connect with the first case study of our college, and you can have a personal conversation with him, as we have discussed with you. So that will be really
Sure. Good. Sure. Thank you, Shruti. So what I'll do is I'll send you a feedback form. which students can fill that. Instantly, they will get a certificate also on their email IDs. So I'll share that with you on your WhatsApp or email.
Yes, be very clear about it that on the ID you have registered, from that on that same ID, from the ID you register, on the same ID you'll get again a mail from Bringle. Okay? You'll get again the mail from Bringle, and this mail, what you'll be getting from the Bringle, you need to register, fill that feedback form, and once you fill that feedback form, you'll get your certificate directly to your mail. All right? So you don't
Absolutely.
need to ping me or anybody else with the certificate, directly download it. Right? Okay. So I hope we have no more questions. Do you have any questions, students? Any questions? And how did you like the webinar? Did you all find some value to it? Say yes or no. At least switch on your cameras, get your pictures clicked, and say bye to him, all of you. Very quickly, please switch on your cameras. Show your faces, beautiful faces. Yeah. Very good. You are visible after long. But then you, this is an idea. I'm so happy about it. I'm so okay. So can I see someone who Saman sab ek saath hai na? Saman is messaging me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, also. Oh, thanks.
Picture of everyone, and we can have this memory. Yes. Is it done now? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And you for your feedback. If you have any more questions, you can still ask. See you all. Bye-bye. Yes, sir. Now we can end the
Okay. Bye bye, guys. Take care.
Thank
Bye,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.